Good afternoon and welcome to Apex Racing TV. Alex Simpson here for what is... I've just totally lost it. We're at Mosport, there we go. Sim Racers Asia GT1 Championship. We're working. Well, everybody to watching, those of you that are watching it back later on, all the drivers and fans of the series. Mosport, what a fantastic circuit. Definitely a bit tongue-tied this afternoon. Just want to give a quick shout out to Brenton O'Brien's family. We just heard that his little one's just had to be rushed in to hospital. I think he's got some sort of injury, so we're wishing wishing his boy quick recovery. And, yeah, hopefully we'll see him back in a few weeks' time. But yeah, thoughts are with him right now. As for the Sim Racers Asia GT series, we've got about 5 minutes left of qualifying. Currently provisional queue standings just coming up on your screen right now. Pretty close up there, very close in fact. So it's going to be a great race. Mosport always is a fantastic circuit, so it's going to be really good to see how this all pans out. Just quickly taking a look at the championship standings. I can bring them up on my screen. Everything just running a bit slow at the minute, which is rather typical. Oh, Tobias in there. We haven't seen Tobias for a long time. We know he did last week's race that was aired by Checkered Flag Interactive, so put an awful lot of practice in by the looks of things. But anyway, let's see if we can get these championship standings up. Okay, so leading the way in the championship, sorry you can't see it on screen, but yeah, Mick Hammond for the JFF Laser Racing team there on 425 points. He's very closely followed by Yuka Safati on 422, Jason Bentz in third place on 380, a little bit of a gap there. He's only got an 18-point gap over Lazardri though in fourth, so that's pretty close. And Joshua Burden in the GTO Mega JFF Racing in 5th place on 266. So he's pretty much cemented in his position at 5th at the moment. Although Anthony Winkleman for Green Hornet Racing, if he has a good week, could potentially jump up ahead of him. But really 5th place for Burden. He can't really go any higher than that. It's nearly a 100-point gap there. Taking a quick peek at the Clubman's Championship, Daniel leads that for Madcow Racing on 283, followed by DK Lee with 245. Mark Lang is third place for Eurasia Sim Sports, and he's on 233. So good battle still forming up between the top three, depending on how this week goes. All three drivers still in with a shout of the championship. Martin Houston in 4th place is on 210 points, could effectively jump up a couple of places, but I think he's out for the championship now. And Fashak in 5th place on 192, again still with the opportunity to potentially get a top 3 finish in the championship. Nations Cup, as we pretty much know, Australia's wrapped that championship up on 1580 points, European 784, Thailand, Indonesia and Philippines there on 666, Korea and Japan on 395, Singapore way down. Used to seeing them right at the top fighting there, but only on 380 points. Looking at the team championships as well, Eurasia Sim Sport are still leading the way, only just from the Laser Racing JFF, so that is all to fight for. Green Hornet Racing slipped back a little bit on 858 points now, so it's really between the top two. JFF GTO Mega in 4th place, and then the Privateers grouped together are in 5th. Over a minute and 12 left of qualifying to go then. Mosport, as I said, fantastic circuit, very flowing, very quick. Just the one sort of slow speed section round Moss Corner, probably one of the trickiest double apex sort of hairpin corners that you'll ever go to. Very bumpy, and you're not approaching it in a straight line as well, so I expect we'll see a few little incidents going into there, but also, as we just see Martin Houston just getting a little bit wide coming through the turn 3 right-hander there. I dare say we'll see a lot of close racing today. Turn 2 always very treacherous if you go through there too wide. It's so simple just to dip a wheel onto the grass, and then that's a one-way ticket to the tyre wall on the right there. So drivers are going to be a bit careful of that. I can't see a Riley on the grid. I haven't seen one flying around, so looks like it's just all GT1s today. Good mixture between Corvettes and Astons, but still Aston pretty much the main car out there at the moment. Good to see that the Astons had a couple of little tweaks, or the Corvettes had a little tweak. I think they've added a bit of ballast to the Corvette just to try and even it up with the Aston for the official series, as that's still the quickest car. There's not much in it, to be fair. But next season on the official series, that's going to be a lot closer. Right, everybody's just finishing up here. We've got Shane Reynolds still going around. Will Shane improve his qualifying position? Wait and see, and then we'll bring it up. He's just going around the final right, left, right section right now. Pretty good. Avoids the curb. The power nice and early. And no, just a 1:15.2, so slightly slower than his 14.2 that he's done previously. So no improvement for Shane. He stays in 11th place. Right, your starting grid will be Burns with a 1:13.2. Haven't seen Burns on top for a little while. McCammond in second place, just under 0.2 of a second behind. Ballinger in third. Osborne there in fourth place. Burton in fifth, and Nash out front 3 rows in sixth, just half a second behind. Newton turn for Scotty Newton. We haven't seen him for a little while. 0.6 back in seventh place. Young in eighth. Mohammed there in ninth. Jason in 10th. Shane in 11th, and 12th place. 1 second covers the top 12 cars there, and it's still pretty close further back as well. DK Lee, Daniel Leap, Martin Houston, Matt Shinovsky, Mark Lang, Tobias Cherney, Tobias putting in a time there. Right, just waiting for everybody to make their way to the grid. Of course, next week's round is the endurance team race as well, so drivers will be picking out their alliances, trying to work together. Final race of the season, those last few points that they might need for championship pride, or even to win the series, their clubman's championship or the pro, all going to come down to that final race. Not sure that's going to be aired actually, which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, still, nonetheless, keep an eye out on the spectators and on the forum just to find out how it all plays out. But we're going to get a new pace car livery as well for the next build. Good cause, nice charity. For iRacing to do that. Those of you that haven't seen it, just check the homepage. It's the America Childhood Cancer Organisation that's going to be on the pace car, which is great. Good cause. It's nice to see iRacing supporting that. If you haven't seen about it, like I say, go on the homepage and give a little to charity. Shout out to all of you that are tuning in and watching it back. Thank you very much. As per the Star Mazda race, if you've got any questions or anything like that that you want to ask me, it doesn't have to be about the Sim Racers Asia series. It can be absolutely anything at all. Just post the questions in the YouTube chat and I'll try and answer them as best as I can. Waiting for a couple of cars to form up. It looks like they're going to be starting from the pits. Don't post any results about the Formula 1, I just missed the final queue. Just getting ready for this, although I'll have a good idea of exactly how it's going to play out based on the first two. The thing that always impresses me when the cars line up actually in the GT1 now is the sound of the field. You've got that great mixture of, you know, high revving Aston as well as the real deep-throated, very, very aggressive sounding Corvette. We're just forming up behind the pace car. A short pace lap round here, fortunately, but we do the whole lap. Unlike places we've been to recently, like Monza and Spa, where it's just a short one. Sorry about that, just a bit distracted from the side there. Reasonable turnout for today, which is great to see as well. Interesting to see what Mark has in plan for next season, whether or not go with a GT1 series again or try and mix and match another one. Just a lot of success out there with GT1 and GT3 combined leagues. They definitely seem to be very, very popular. Wait for the ticker to update, just ignore that. Comes Burns then, pace car ducks into the pit lane. Burns waiting for the green light to go, he comes out the final corner, lights the car up, heavy on the gas pedal there. Mick Hammond was ready for it as well, follows him through into turn one. Good start from him. Adam, who we got else there? Tim Ballinger. Tim suffered some issues the last time we saw him, I think right at the start, but he's got a good start tucked onto the back of Hammond as well. And we've got Josh Borden there, followed by Aaron Osborne, and tucked up behind him we have James Nash in the Red Bull Corvette there as well. Scott Newton maintains 7th place. We've got some paint liveries out of date, so apologies for this. I'm just going to try and do a little refresh. That's Jason Bench just tucked up behind Scott there as well in the Laser JFF car. And then you've got Chandra Young. So definitely a good split of cars out there between the Corvettes and the Astons. Looking a bit further back. Looks like everybody's pretty much line of file at the moment. Shane Reynolds, again, another Red Bull car there, having a little blink, some issues there. Daniel Lee in 13th place, the Mad Cow car. Bryce Cherney already moved his way up and into 15th place, although he is heading into the pits. He's obviously getting the pits done early, and he's giving Shane Reynolds a little tap up the bum there. Guess he wants him to get a move on in the pit lane. So Shane obviously doesn't want a penalty, but yeah, Tobias in and stopped 2.6. That was a pretty long stop, and actually Shane's got away much quicker, so that didn't work out all that great for Tobias. He lost a lot of time there. Just look at that, because he didn't quite get out as cleanly as Shane, and that was because he got a bit of damage on the front of that car. Back towards the front, when you get the damage, the fast repair kicks in. Been waiting there just for a few seconds. Burns stretching his legs a little bit, 7/10 of a second out front to Hammond. Ballinger looking good as well in 3rd place. Borden, followed by Osborne, and they got Scott Newton now as well. Here's James Nash, just dropped back a little bit, down into 7th place now. Love the sound of that Corvette, absolutely awesome. See there with the gyro cam how undulating this track is as Newton goes a little bit wide. Waiting for the liveries to update. Oh, Trading Paints does its thing. Nash just getting a couple of wheels there on the grass and the curb in there, and all out of shape, manages to hold it together. A bit further back behind Nash now. We're on board with Brashak there. 1.2 seconds. He's dropping back a little bit from these two, even though they're battling. Got Daniel Lee. He's very, very close to Mohammed now. Just behind him is Yong as well. Good little 3-car battle. Have a look at the sectors breakdown there. Last time. So Lee very, very quick that lap compared to the drivers around him. I don't really know what was going on with Mohammed and Young, but Lee's come flying through there. 1:15.9. Great time. Made up some places. 10 now. Have a quick look at Josh Burton closing in the back of Ballinger, who's losing the front two now. Josh will want to try and use that power and the torque of the Corvette. Needs to get a little bit closer. Mosport straight is quite short actually, and it's not as easy as you think to get a run. Ballinger's teammate Osborne just behind him. He's staying in contention as well. Definitely think these three are going to have a good fight. And we saw at the front two were very close. Is that Young into the pits? Yeah, Chandler's decided he's going to jump on in the pits. Was being held up a little bit there. Thought, well, I'll get out of that now and get some clean track. Although there is quite a few drivers that have pitted. Where's he going to come out? Is he going to come out? Oh, it's a long stop. Like 3-4 seconds? 4 seconds. Going to come out behind Reynolds and Tobias and Jackson as well. So yeah, very long stop. It's cost him big time really there. Really not sure why I didn't let him go there at all. Everybody else has been sort of 2.5 seconds or less. Oh, Mohammed has got some sort of problems in his Aston. Space in the wall. Let's take a quick look back and see what that was all about. Oh, he's all out of shape even before he gets into turn 2, and as I said, once you get on the grass, just a one-way ticket there. Trying to recover the car at the moment, gets back onto the circuit. Definitely got some suspension damage there, you can see that. The rear left. There, so he's going to turn into this corner, and yeah, car's just gone again. That's the suspension, totally had it. Oh, he's going to get absolutely nailed as well. That was Tobias Cherney, I think, who hit him. Yeah, blown engine for Tobias as well. So that early pit stop has not worked out at all. That's no problem. No problem, Conrad. It was a bit of a late thing. Brenton's young lads had to be taken into hospital. So Tobias Cherney then slipped way down the order. He will get a repair, will he? Let's have a look. See where he is right now. Go back to live. Yeah, he's coming out of the pits now, but that pretty much has any chance he had of a win today. That's gone, I think. Back to the front. And it still Burns. Followed by Hammond, and then Ballinger 2.3 seconds back now. Borden's lost a bit of ground, so all of a sudden starting to drop off. Osborne up to 5th place. Nash in 6th. Newton is down in 12th place. So is that just because of pit stop? Or is that some sort of problem? That was a slow last lap at 1:33. That's would have been him coming in, I'm guessing. Got a bit of damage on the front there. Just go back and see if that's comes out behind all the other pitted people. So thinking there's a problem. I'm going to go back and have a little look, see if he had an accident or something. Might have already happened. Back a bit further. He's really really struggling. Something going on behind him as well. I'm not really sure at all what's happened. Yeah, we'll go back a bit further again and just see if we can see what's gone on. But otherwise, we'll skip back to the action as Aaron Osborne's closing in on Borden now. Well, okay, so this is before the incident. Nash is behind him in his Corvette at the moment. Through turn 1. No issues there. Oh, turn 2, he's slipping, he's sliding, he's round, he's into the inside wall and he's spun. Oh, I did say that turn 2 was going to be a problem, so that was what it is. Lost maybe 6 or 7 seconds there, and we know that a few more people get past, but could have had a lot more damage on there. I think he's got away with that one a little bit. We know he pitted on that lap, so still there or thereabouts. He's just behind. He's 8 seconds behind Chandler Young now. So, as I said, Osborne closing in on Borden ahead. Oh, and he just goes wide. Actually, just dips a couple of wheels. No, it's alright, mate. Don't tell me about qualifying. Quick question, anyone? Who wants to know about the qualifying? But no, I'm good. I'll look it up in a minute. But 1.7 seconds that cost Osborne, so he's going to have to close all that gap back up to Borden once again. Everybody's just all of a sudden spread apart. The closest battle actually we do have on track is between Young and Jackson. Just a half a second separating those two drivers right now. Young takes a bunker curb on the inside. Car set up very well, doesn't get loose or anything through there. Approaching a half hour left of this race to go. Yeah, and slowly Tim Jackson's working his way. He demoed off car there as well. Race in Australia. Brenton will have me if I don't mention that. Yeah, slowly closing in on Shane Reynolds just ahead of them, although Daniel Leit's in the pits as well, so he's dropping down into 14th. Is he on his way out? He is. He's going to come out, yeah, 14th place. Quite a way ahead of Scott Newton, so that's how much time it's really cost Scott. So might be able to close it back up. It's half an hour to go. Driver that really suffered from it all is Tobias, still out there and running. We've lost Jason Bentz. What else have we lost? Mohammed, Martin Houston, Adam Utri didn't take to the grid, nor Matthew Wall, Jason Dixon and Tim Harrison. So we're down to 16 drivers already, so attrition's pretty high here at Mosport. Yeah, Young and Jackson and Reynolds being closed in as well. This battle starting to hot up. I think in a few laps we're going to see having a little pop at each other. Look at the times they did the last time by. Yeah, definitely Reynolds the slowest of them. Jackson actually slightly quicker than Young there, only by 0.2 of a second, but they are slowly closing in. Have a look, really see where the main difference is in sector times. If anything, the Aston's faster in the first sector, but slower everywhere else. Although they've just all gone and mixed it up this time round. Reynolds definitely struggling with his connection. He's been in and out all race long, and it does make Jackson's job a little bit harder. Just don't always know when it's going to blink out and when you can make a move. The thing you want is a nice netcode incident. Have a look, sector 2 times. Well, that just looked as though Reynolds just moved out of the way there to me. Very slow through there. Gonna come into the pits. Doesn't. That really surprised me. I'm not sure quite what that was, but lost 1.2 seconds in doing that as well. So see by the sector times there, crazy. Almost 2 seconds over the whole lap. Young will want to get past as quickly as he can as well. He ended up getting held up just a little bit there. All of a sudden Chandler was all over the back of Tim Jackson. Now he's just flying away in the distance. Shane definitely struggling. What's gone on ahead all of a sudden? Borden into the pits. Promotes Nash up to 5th place. Currently 12 seconds behind our leader. Our leader's got a 1.5 second gap to this man, Michael Hammond. Hammond's had a great run into the season actually. Good job. In fact, so the entire Laser JFF team have had a good end to the season, so they really found their sweet spot with the setup of the car, carried over to so many different venues, working on the sort of the downforce levels they were carrying depending on the track. But yeah, very strong no matter where they go. Jason Bentz looks like he might be out completely. I think we might have already covered that, sorry. But yeah, he's not going anywhere. He's just sat there in the pit lane trying to get some repairs, I think. Drivers who have not pitted so far, our race leader, Mike Hammond, of course. Ballinger hasn't pitted, neither has Aaron Osborne. And James Nash hasn't. Brashak coming through turn 1 now, he hasn't. First of the drivers to have pit is Josh Borden, so he's 25 seconds behind our leaders. He had a terrible lap that last lap, but was that the pits? That would have been the pits, wouldn't it, as well? So that makes sense. Looks like he only lost about 15 seconds in the pits, so he's not going to gain any time. Who else have we got coming in? Oh, Mark Lang with some problems there. Oh, that's severely damaged. Let's take a quick look, see what happened there. It's on the exit of turn 1, I think. We are coming down into turn 1. But the back end just got loose going in. Oh, and then just catches the wall there on the exit, the pit exit wall there. Could have been a lot worse. I think he will be able to drive that back to the pits. He hasn't had his pit stop yet as well, which is fortunate. Yeah, he'll get himself a repair now. Iron Houston back out on the track, 7 laps down. For his damage, we're just looking at James Nash slowly working his way up towards Aaron. If we just look at the last laps there, 114.297 for Nash and 114.8 for Osborne. Just 5. What? Who's that in the pit? Someone's got a blown engine. Surely that is a blown engine there. Mark Lane just finally coming out of the pits. Oh, I'm not sure who that was. Puff of smoke out there. I thought it was a blown engine, but maybe not. Got Newton way back, really suffering. Not been the best of races for him. Same goes for the man just ahead of him. But yeah, back to Nash, as he really is starting to reel in on Aaron Osborne right now. Just see there on the timing screen, initial coming out of the corner, just the no draft. Peaks the time in, probably picking up a bit of draft now, 1 second back, and yeah, closes him in. Good entry into the sweeping right hander there. Gains a bit of time, loses it through the changeover to the left, back to the right, pretty much static. Gains a bit coming on the exit. So yeah, Nash got using the power of the Corvette, but also got some great lines out there as well, and just reeling Osborne in very, very quickly right now. On Jackson once again. 0.6 of a second separating those. Jackson's had his pit stop, so he's young. So I dare say they're going to move up the field there. Only 5 seconds back from Matt Shanovsky. DK Lee a further 2 seconds up the road from them. Borden, who has pitted, is the next car, and then you've got Frashak 24 seconds. That's going to be quite close whether they're going to get him, and then it's a jump to Nash 12 seconds away from the leader, so he's well and truly clear. Oh, Jackson around. What happened to Jackson there? It just looked like he got a little bit out of shape in the braking zone. Take a quick little look, see if he caught the grass or something like that on the way in. Did say Moss corner, one of the hardest corners, the hardest double apex sort of hairpin corner you'll have to contend with. Very bumpy. You have to brake in while turning at the same time. All wrong for Jackson this time. Let's have a look. Started off a little bit in the middle of the track, didn't help him, and then I think he just carried too much speed in, if I'm honest. Didn't look like too much of a problem. He's desperate to try and get the car slowed down, and heavy on the brakes, and eventually the rear end just kicked around. Had to downshift, and yeah, carrying too much speed, and that's what that does. Have a little off for him there. It's going from bad to worse for Jackson right now. Right, let's have a little recap where we are. Up front, we haven't seen too much of Burns. He's been in a bit of a race of his own pretty much there, just edging away from Hammond all race long. 2.5 seconds is the gap now though. Both drivers still to pit, so is Ballinger, who's behind them as we just jump on with board with Tim. Going through the fast left, turn 2, into the sweeping right-hander there, that's turn 3. He's 7.1 seconds back now from Hammond, so just hasn't got anything in response to their pace, to be fair. And Osborne behind him is in exactly the same situation as well, just falling back. Josh Burden in 5th. It looks like oh, James has got some damage on the front left of that car. He hasn't been into the pits yet. I think we're going to need to go back and check out what that was about as well, because he slipped down to 6th place. He hasn't pitted, so car looks intact at this point. Through the right, left. Is he coming into the pits? No, he's not. No problems through the exit of the final turn. Turn 1, down the bumps. Very patient there. On the gas through the exit of 1, no real problems. Turn 2, oh yes, turn 2. Oh, he's tried his best to keep it together. He did well actually. That normally when you lose it through turn 2, it's a much worse incident, but yeah, that's setting back probably 6 or 7 seconds there, so definitely going to make a major impact into his race. Right now he's got people behind him who have already pitted, so in fact, as we go back live, we'll notice that he is coming into pit lane, so let's see where he comes out. Side by side with Prashak and Jackson. Oh, has a little wiggle as well. Tobias Cherney in there too. Tobias having a great recovery drive. Last lap was the 13's fastest man out on the track for Cherney. We know how quick he is. We saw him in the GT3 series and V8 supercars as well. So we fully expected him to have a reasonable recovery, but that from he was started at the back of the grid, but the blown engine really set him back massively. So see where he can get up to. Looks like Hammond coming into the pits. He's done and out, and Osborne in as well. And Borden's carried on, as we know. He's already pitted. Borden's back into his 4th place. Got Ballinger just ahead of him. He's actually closer now than he was before he pitted. So good call on the pit, but didn't manage to jump him. All about this battle for 10th place right now between Jackson, Cherney and Nash. 2 drivers there that shouldn't really be involved. Ahead of them they've got Prashak as well, so that's just a little bit behind this group actually, half a second or so. We're on board with Tobias as we head towards Moss turn. Jackson's going to be a little bit nervous about there, has to go for the tight line again. Nash right onto the tail of this group. 2 Corvettes, be 2 Astons. So the GT1 class does seem a lot closer compared to what the GT3 balance of performance was this season, so even though they're tweaking it again, good to see. Tobias being very patient. It's going to be ever so difficult for him to get a run. Corvette ahead of him. Oh, got a great exit out of the final turn. He's going to have a look into turn 1. Jackson on the outside. Is he going to concede it? No, he's still there. They're side by side. Oh, it could have been so dangerous there. And in the end, Jackson's had to give a place up and just about defends from Nash. Nash trying to capitalise on that at the same time and can't quite pull it off. Race is actually flying by. We're just coming up to 15 minutes left. Take a look at another battle that's starting to form up. This is between Matt Janowski and Daniel Lee. Daniel had his problems, we know, earlier on in the Mad Cow Aston Martin there, but Janowski looking pretty quick. He Just looking at their fastest lap times, they're quite comparable, but Daniel does have a little bit of an advantage on him. They'll jump back to Tobias. He's closing in on Frashak right now. Saw him pull a move in turn 1 just a lap ago. Going to be able to get up into P9 quite quickly. We can see Reynolds ahead of this little battle as well. So in front of Reynolds is a 6-second gap. So I think that's going to be a bit tall for Tobias to close in. Never know, but he does need to get by quickly if he's going to try and get up to sort of P8. Wide line into Moss, hoping for a good exit. Perhaps Frashak needs to be a little bit compromised there, but wasn't a good exit for him as well. Still getting a little bit of slipstream down the straight. He's going to have a look into the sweeping right-hander. Well, Frashak hold it around the outside. He can't. He's not carrying enough speed in there. Settles back in. Just doesn't want to lose any more places. Just ensures that Jackson can't follow Tobias through there. Good move really from Tobias, but then also Frashak was aware of how bad that could be, so decided to counter off anybody else. Both drivers there go very wide. Jackson, that's going to be into the wall. Oh, could have been a lot worse. I think that's probably going to be him done though. Suspension damage there. Nash got away with that one a few laps ago. He's now going to go on the pursuit of Frashak. So got another nice little battle starting to form up. This is battle between 6th place DK Lee and Chandra Yong in 7th. Yong going up the inside of the GoDaddy Aston Martin there. Pretty straightforward, straight through, no concerns whatsoever. Move is done and dusted. He's got 9.4 seconds to the next car ahead of him, which is Aaron Osborne, back marker ahead. Tobias Cherney 9th place now, trying to hunt down Shane Reynolds in 8th. Looking at the lap times last time. 1:15.2 compared to 1:14.0, so 1.2 seconds. Crazy difference, half a second in the first sector. Then we're 0.4 of a second in the second sector, followed by another 0.4 of a second as well. So yeah, crazy pace difference compared to himself and Reynolds. You'd have to think Reynolds is going to be taken at some point. Good exit from Tobias. Back markers out the way on the left hand side of the track there. Definitely closing in. Should be able to hopefully make a move into the sweeping right hander once again. We've seen him do that a couple of laps ago. He's pretty much passed by the time he reaches there. Takes a bit too much speed in there anyway just to finish the overtake off. Moves on ahead. He's actually 4.8 seconds behind DK Lee now. DK Lee having some sort of problems. We know obviously Young was ahead of him a moment ago, but yeah, Lee slipping back. I wonder if he short on fuel or something, because these lap times have really started to tail off into the 16s now. So Tobias catching him up almost 2 seconds a lap at that pace. Going to be on him with about 6 minutes to go, I would think. Again, those that are tuned in a little bit late and just wondering where Brenton is. Fortunately, his little man, I think, has injured himself. He's had to take him down to hospital. So, yeah, no Brenton this week. Family, and his little one. All the best. Hope for a speedy recovery. See him again in a well, it won't be a few weeks' time actually, because this is the last broadcast we'll do of this particular season. So guess Mark will have a break for a few weeks, and after the team endurance race, and then we'll be back at it with a different series. How it will look, we just don't know right now. Field all of a sudden really starting to spread itself apart. Gaps everywhere. Burns much, well, he's very quick out there. I'm not really sure what happened to Hammond, but Hammond dropped back all of a sudden. 14 seconds is the gap. No, it's not. That was last time by. Sorry, actually it's a lot closer. Hammond just 1.2 seconds. So Burns obviously a very late pit stop there. Hammond was quicker in the pits by 1 second. So he did close that gap a little bit. It's been around about that 2.5 seconds all race. So really needs to start to pile the pressure on now. Ashton Reynolds. Again, a lot quicker, 0.7 of a second faster that last lap. I think just a matter of time before James can find a place to put a move on. The Red Bull cars there. Again, as they cross the lines, look at the lap times. 1:15.392 for Shane and a 1:14.651 there for James. So a lot quicker. I don't want to get caught behind the Aston for too long, as you start to fall into a rhythm of their braking points. I want to make this move quite quickly. Usually the key is to get a really good Moss corner and get the exit absolutely bang on. Looks good, just 0.3 of a second back and closing in already, so should carry the momentum he needs. Back marker ahead, this could confuse things just a little bit. I think we're going to go one on either side. No, moves up in front of Nash when he's trying to put the move on, so that stops the overtake from this time. That was Jason Bentz there. Oh, actually, it doesn't stop the overtake. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Going to give it a little wind back. It might have been. I'm going to jump on board with Shane because I think he might have just conceded the position there. So we're on board with Shane. Nash is to the right. Back marker just gets in the way a little bit there, and yeah, Shane just lets Nash have the inside there, really. Too generous. Far too generous. Nash gets himself a little shape out in the last corner, but no real issues. We also missed that Tobias managed to get a move on DK Lee to put himself up and into 7th place. .1 seconds back from Chandra Yong, and 0.8 of a second quicker that lap. So not completely over. Lap times are relatively short, just 1:14 here. Oh, DK into the pits. Needed to get some repairs on his car. He's had that done. Gets released. Looks like he's going to come out in 11th place to me. 11th it is. Just ahead of Scott Newton. 4.5 seconds up the road. Only 1.3 seconds back from Frashak though, so he might be able to make some ground as well. All really been about the front two, been in an absolute league of their own today. 12 seconds up the road from Ballinger in 3rd. Burns, I haven't seen him make a single mistake all race long. Let's hope I don't curse him right now. Oh, back marker ahead. Oh, the mad cow car there. Not what you want to see when you're leading with just 6 minutes to go of a race. Back markers start to throw themselves off in front of you. Certainly makes you skip a beat. Crash on Reynolds now. Reynolds really slipping back quite quickly. Only 1.9 seconds back from Young. We can see Young in the distance a little bit there. 6 minutes to go. We're going to make that about 5 laps. Last time by, the gap was only 0.7 of a second, but still, at that rate, it's only going to be 2 or 3 more laps. Good, Freshak closing in, half a second. Shane really struggling out there. Apologies again for those that haven't heard. Brenton can't make this week. The little one having an accident, is at hospital. Having to put up with me on my own. Never easy commentating on your own, especially when I try and do the technical parts. But hopefully you won't mind too much. Last broadcast for us for the Sim Racers Asia series season as well. Back next season, as long as Mark is going to do it. We're around. Brenton will be back. 0.8 of a second now, this gap. Bias really starting to close in. We'll be getting the draft now as well. At this point, he's going to need to start to think about where he's going to make this pass. I don't think it'll be as easy as the last one. That marker ahead as well, that might well come into play. We saw that just a moment ago. Get close enough, come out of Moss corner, might be able to box in the Corvette driver. Definitely closing in. It's not going to get anything going through and into Moss. Have to be on the outside. I think the back marker's too far away to come into play down the straight. Unless he slows down, of course. I think it's going to matter. Tobias has got a great run here, really close, tucked up underneath spoiler of that Corvette, ducks out, carries the momentum, loses a little bit as he hits the clean air. He's going to have to drive around the outside. That is the power of the Corvette, but managed to do that successfully. Great move round the outside into the sweeping right-hander for Tobias there. Moves himself up into 6th place. He's only 1.5 seconds back from Aaron Osborne. Osborne must have had some problems this lap, or some sort of fuel issue. No, it's only 14.7, so I'm really not sure what's gone on with Osborne. I thought that was a back marker. Clearly it's not. They were 10 seconds back from somebody last time I checked. Just 2 minutes 50 of this race to go. Our leader looking very, very strong. Got a 4.3 second lead now over Mick Hammond. See Mick there, just behind his teammate. And Ballinger in 3rd, followed by Borden. Then you've got a 10-second gap all the way down to Osborne and Cherney and Young, all starting to close in on one another. At the lap times, 0.6 of a second for Cherney on Osborne, but pulls away again. Actually, I don't think Young's going to be able to close up even to Osborne. Osborne just looks like he's just got the legs on him as well. So if Tobias can get a top 5 with an extra pit stop, that'll be pretty impressive going. He's only 30 seconds behind the leader. He probably lost 25. with the extra pit stop. Would have been very, very close. Could have had a good run. Certainly on for P2 from the back of the grid, I think, which would have been pretty impressive. Again, very, very close. I'm sure he'll wait until after Moss to make his move. He won't want to get drafted back past by Osborne. Pretty sure it's going to be white flag for the leader. Where he is, let's have a look. Well, he might just squeeze another one in. I don't know. It's going to be very, very close. Price has probably got this and next lap to get the move done. Osborne goes defensive. A lot harder to complete the move, but he's going to have to do it around the outside. Osborne carrying a lot of speed in. Journey can't quite make it happen. Oh, a little bit out of shape over the curb. Doesn't want to throw it away at this late stage. One more lap to go for these guys, I'm sure. Just jump to our leader because it's going to be very close, although Journey close again. Gonna look. Thinks about it, round the outside, hopes for a switchback, nothing happening. Osborne just putting his car perfectly in the apex. Burns well and truly clear, 7 seconds ahead. Through the final complex, the left, the right, there comes the white flag, instantly followed by the checkered flag. Burns is going to take great victory here at Mosport. From start to finish, fantastic performance, no one can touch him, fully deserved. Mick Hammond is going to come across in second. These two battling down the straight. Ballinger's going to come across in third, followed by Borden in fourth. Round the outside, Tobias carrying a lot more speed this time. Manages to make the move stick. Will Osborne get the move back? No, he doesn't. Gets the wheel onto the curbing, trying to find some sort of room to do it. Journey finishes in 5th place. Great result from him. Great fight back. Osborne in 6th place. Nash is going to come across in 7th. He's pretty comfortable. Frashak closing in on the back of Shane Reynolds. Reynolds surely not going to give it up on this last turn. Reynolds for what will be, I think, 9th place. Followed by DK Lee as well. And oh, what's that? Is that Chandra having some sort of problem there? Where is that? Going into the final turn? I'm not 100% sure. Two drivers, are we waiting to finish? No, it looks like everybody has now finished, either a lap down or finished. Yeah, good result from everyone else out there. Let's take a look at the final classifications. Burns, followed by Hammond, Ballinger, Burden, Cherney, Osborne, Nash, Reynolds, Frashak, and then Lee rounds out your top 10. Young, Shinosky, Leet, Lang, Newton retired, Houston retired as well, Bentz, Jackson all retired, and obviously we got some few drivers that didn't even make it to the grid as well, Dixon, Wall and Howard. But congratulations to that man, pulls it into the pits and goes. Mick Hammond having a donut, not 100% sure, but that might well have secured him victory in the championship. Let me have a look. We can work out the point situation now. No Savati this week. We missed that completely, didn't he? Bentz had his issues as well. I think that's right. I think that is the championship for Mick Hammond. So congratulations, Mick. Great to have called that, spotted that. Not enough points up for grabs with the team event. Awesome job. Mark Lang just rolling back into the pits as well. Wow. Mosport attrition ridiculously high here. A lot of drivers falling off. We really only had 10 drivers on the lead lap. So yeah, such a shame for that. But we had some great racing, no doubt. And yeah, Cherney up into 5th place from the back of the grid. What could have been had he not had incident with Corvette that spun and blew his engine. Quick repair, managed to get him back out on the race, but still, great performance, no doubt. But really, the shout-outs really need to go to Burns and Hammond. So Burns for the victory, Hammond for the win. Anyone coming in for an interview right now, so we're going to wrap the show up pretty quickly, but just want to give a big shout out to everybody in the league. Obviously, last one we're doing, final race next week, the team endurance race. That's going to be great to participate in. We hope everybody's had fun tuning into the broadcasts, watching everything back in the league itself. Look forward to what Mark Lang does next season. Hopefully, we'll be covering the action again. But from everybody at Apex Racing TV, myself, Brenton, who's not here but is in spirit, farewell, and we'll see you next season.